All right, our reporter Lebohang Dube is in Polokwane and he joins us now on the line. A very good afternoon to you, Lebo. Quite a number of people did not foresee Itumeleng to be up and running by this afternoon. Could you take us through some of the developments in terms of how he's been treating his injuries?
Afternoon, Pearl. This morning trained with the national team. It was a light session for him. I think they were testing his coordination. Not a hectic session for him because they were trying to see whether he would be able to cope with the balls, because I think the injury on the face affected his right eye just a bit. So they were trying to check whether he'll be able to cope with the balls thrown at him. So it was a light session for him, but a mask has been prepared for the player. In about 10 minutes' time, they're back at training again, but it's a light training session. And Stuart Baxter did say that he will have the mask on, and then from there they will check if he's able to deal with the pressure while diving, and be able to see whether the mask, whether it will be comfortable with the mask. So, it's not yet clear whether he will be available to play on Friday. That will only be then checked this afternoon and perhaps tomorrow morning as well, to see whether he's actually comfortable with the mask, and maybe then the technical team will make a decision whether Itu should play on Friday or not.
Well, Lebo, I think the country has been pretty much anxious looking at the developments that have been taking place. Players injured, some players not pitching for camp. There's been quite a lot that the coach has been faced with. How is he feeling now ahead of the game on Friday? Are the players settling in the camp? And generally, what does he foresee?
Well, Stuart said he admitted that the situation is a bit calm now compared to the disruptive start to the preparation ahead of Friday's match. So it was a bit calm this morning, and you could see that the players are becoming more comfortable. This morning he was focusing on the defense, the tactics, defending, and we were able to see that he'll probably start with the back four that he did against Burkina Faso. But you could see that the players were a bit comfortable. They followed the instructions. They could understand what the coach wanted. So, and I think as well, he's a bit relieved that he's got all his players that he had selected, except then for Tulani Ferrero, who has decided to be withdrawn from the team. But he's got his 25-man squad. Diani Mabunda from Mamelodi Sundowns trained with the team this morning. He replaces the captain, Sompo Kekana. Captain Shompoketana, who has a family bereavement. So he was quite relieved that he's got all his players and now he can focus on the tactics. And I think hence, he forced another training session this afternoon to, have a bit more sessions ahead of the game. I think this will be the second last session. The next session will be tomorrow evening. So he's trying to use all the time that he can, to prepare his players.
Well, Lebo, Coach Stuart Baxter has spoken extensively in the past about the mental preparedness of the players, saying sometimes it seems as if the players aren't really confident in themselves to make it through and to qualify for the World Cup. Has he said anything about just their mental preparedness and how mentally they hope to approach this game on Friday?
I think one of the main focuses this week would have been on the mental state of the players, to ensure that, they are mentally prepared for this particular game. Speaking to Morgan Gould earlier on, he did say that, they are mentally prepared. However, they also don't want to be too overconfident, looking at their emphatic win against Burkina Faso last month. But I think that win also, the players will draw some inspiration from that win. Looking at that, Burkina Faso and Senegal, they played against each other and they actually cancelled each other out. So which means that Bafana Bafana players know that Senegal is a team that is beatable. So I think they just don't want to be too overconfident, but I think they are mentally prepared for the game and they know what to expect, especially taking into consideration that this is a game that is a replay. So they've played against Senegal. They know what to expect. They're playing at the same venue that they did the last time around. So they know what to expect, and I think mentally they are on the right state, and I think they're prepared to take on Senegal.
All right, Lebohang, thank you very much. That is how I wrap it up with Lebohang Dube, just gave us a full scope of an injury update and how the players are feeling at the moment at camp as Bafana Bafana get ready to take on Senegal come Friday. That's why I'll leave it.